Many of us have been inundated with conversations around unconscious bias. And for some of us, we're like, yeah, unconscious bias. One thing I would encourage you to really think about as we recognize these unconscious bias is that it is a form of bias that we have to be responsible for, right? As much as we are responsible for conscious bias. So it is not our fault that where we grew up, the context that we grew up in, the paradigm that was handed to us, that is not our fault. But it is our responsibility to do something with those paradigms when they do not work for us, when they're not leading us in the direction of our goals. And so those paradigms, those early teachings and upbringing, all of those things are not our fault, but they are our responsibility. So how do we start to take responsibility for our blind spots? And I would suggest this one tool. And people say, well, Andre, you're really oversimplifying it. Well, I think people need some simple answers. And I would say humility. Right? That humility helps us to recognize and manage our unconscious bias and our conscious bias. And why humility? Humility basically is this notion that I am willing to listen to feedback, and I'm also willing to give feedback on my behavior in a way that allows me to think about, and I don't even have to change, but at least think about the possibility for the need for change. And so when we think about humility as a tool for managing our unconscious bias, it really opens up some wonderful doors for us. And so being humble enough to ask questions about a perspective that I might have, or to engage in relationships with people who can give me feedback about an ideology or a behavior, a comment, that even a thought that I've had that might be somewhat challenging to me reaching my goals. And so I would think, I want us to think about this notion of unconscious bias as a pinpoint that we can use humility to kind of undermine that particular way of seeing the world. And so we'll end our session here. Please look into the additional resources that are available on this particular topic, and I look forward to seeing who you become as we continue this journey together. Thanks. Have a great day.